Hello, everybody. It's Hatman23. How you doing? And I got some stuff in the mail today. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of different little things. Ephemera, cards, gifts, this, that, the other thing. Stuff. Cool stuff I want to show you. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. It's a short one for me. I am off Friday. Thank you. Thank you, baby Jesus. I'm off Friday, so tomorrow's my Friday. And just wanted to come out and show you a few things. I got some cool stuff in the mail today, like I said. And let's get right to it. So the first thing I'm going to show you, the first thing right here is my first. And I told you I've been on a Bobby Clark kick lately. Just been bolstering my fledgling Bobby Clark PC. And I said, you know what? I don't have a Bobby Clark auto in the collection. Hint, hint, clue, clue. So what did I go and do? I went and I picked up a Mr. Bobby Clark auto, 2007 Parkhurst on card. There it is. So now, out of my Mount Rushmore of players, and I had spoken about this, I don't know if it was the last video or the video before. My Mount Rushmore is Don Mattingly, Art Monk, Bobby Clark, and Dr. J. I have 3 of the 4 players. I have autographs. There's three of the 4 players. So I'm just missing a Dr. J auto. So that would be a big goal of mine next, is to pick up a nice on-card Dr. J auto to complete the the set of 4. The quadration of cards. I don't know. I just make up words as I go along. I don't know. They just come, it goes in, garbage out, guys. So just need the Dr. J, and I'll have an autograph card of each of my 4 horsemen, my Mount Rushmore players. So that's a very cool card. Again, I'll show it again. Nice blue ink auto on card, 2007 Parkhurst. Back O card. Very nice. Very nice. I've actually gotten these next things here that I'm going to show you a few weeks ago, and I just totally forgot to show them. You may or may not know, I've been working on this set for quite some time. Or I don't know how quite some time, probably the last year or so. And I'm feverishly gunning to completing this. I'm trying to put together the entire 1971 Dell Stamps booklets. So I just picked up 2 in the last couple of weeks. I picked up the California Angles. And like basically all the same, you know, inside in terms of like the meat and potatoes. It's laid out the same for every team. And there's the beautiful uncut sheets of stamps, which really aren't stamps because you can't lick them and you can't stick them. But they are perforated. And you can see on the back there, the back, and there's perforations along here. But I think these are really cool. And this one also has the intact envelope in the center. These aren't crazy hard to get. There are some more expensive ones. Like I know the Reds is expensive, and the Mets, you know, because in the Mets you got Seaver and Ryan, and the Reds you got Rose and Johnny Bench, and you know, the biggies in there. But they're not like, they don't break the bank. But these are very, very cool. Who's the notable in this one? Really no big notables in this one. I like the back. It tells you like the all-time stars of the team on the back page. At this time, the Angels were only around about 10 years by 1971. I think they came out in 1960 or 61 there. But in terms of players in here, notable players, really isn't any big-time names in this one. Alex Johnson, you know, Rudy May, really, Tony Conigliero's in this. Jim Fregosi, who was traded to the Mets for Nolan Ryan, right? That was the big trade. Andy Messersmith, but still, just a cool piece to have. And I'm definitely going to piece together this entire run. And yeah, that's cool. The California Angels, and I did pick up the Boston Red Sox. I know, right? I actually seeked out a Red Sox item for my collection. Of course, this one has, Yaz. It's got George Scott. It's got Billy Canigliaro, Tone's younger brother. It's got Bill Lee. This one might even have Sparky Lyle in it. This might have Sparky Lyle in it. Let's see. It does have Sparky Lyle, and it's got Luis Aparicio there. You see him in the bottom. See Sparky right next to Luis Aparicio. Yaz is an action shot. You got Rico Petrocelli up there. I think that's George Scott. Yep, there's George Scott right there. So again, very cool pieces. I really dig these. I'm assuming these were probably sold at like book fairs at schools. I don't know. Tell me. I was like 2 years old in 1971, so I have no clue. Somebody knows where those are sold. Bookstores, I'm assuming. Book fairs at schools. I don't know. But those are two more added to the collection. Next one's an inspiration pickup. I was inspired by Warren D from Warren D from CLE, or from the CLE. He had showed this on his video, about a week ago. I was watching his video, one of his videos, and he showed this set, which I didn't really know existed. I've seen the cards before, but I never put two and two together, so I never came up with four. So I picked up this beautiful 1993 Upper Deck Diamond Gallery set, and yes, I opened it because, I like to open sets and look at the cards 99.9% of the time. If I want to, I'll buy another one because they're not super expensive and keep it sealed, if that mattered, but it doesn't. But it's this beautiful little box set, which I'm actually going to put with my, I'm going to binder this up and put it with my regular Upper Deck set from 1993. And for the maybe 257,986th time, I love the 93 Upper Deck set. I think it's one of the greatest sets ever made in terms of design. Just an awesome set. So this is what comes in here. There's 36 cards, and I'm going to show you every damn one of them. So it's got this Upper Deck Diamond Gallery hologram album offer. I probably won't get one if I try to mail away for one. It would kind of be cool. Probably could find one on eBay maybe, but I'm just going to stick it in the regular binder that my set's in, so to keep it all together. All right, so there's that, and there's the address if you so, choose to try to send away for one. There you go. And it's got the header card, the Diamond Gallery header card with the checklist on the back, and I'm assuming these sets are numbered. It looks like maybe they made 123,600 sets. And I have set number 72,231. Man, that's a good number. But yes, that's the header card. And Upper Deck was very famous for their header cards, especially with the baseball heroes and the different hero sets they did. They had a lot of header cards. So the first card in the set is all-time Angel Great Tim Salmon. And I do remember these cards. I just never, like I said before, I didn't realize they came as a set. I think these are really cool. These are really cool as I look at them really for the first time here with you. I opened them real quick, but I didn't really thumb through them. But there's a great looking hologram there. And Timmy Salmon was a great Angel, all-time Angel player. And how about number 2? We got Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell. Shout out to Brent Richards. Again, really cool hologram. And then, by 1993, man, holograms were all the rage. That's what all the kids were doing back then. How about a Big Mac attack? We got Mark McGuire. Great color, color usage on these. These cards really pop. And how about a Roberto Alomar? Shout out to Godlike Collectibles Lou. Oh, I should have shouted out Big Mac Fanatic for that one. Terry Pendleton. I'm not sure of any Terry Pendleton fans on the tubes or outside. Shout him out. There probably is. I just don't know of one. He was an MVP in what? 91? I believe. 92, somewhere in there. Solid player. Good hitter. Started with the Cardinals. Went to the Braves. He may have played for the Marlins as well. But these are great, man. These holograms really look cool. Ah, yes, Robin Yount. Shout out to my boy, Mike, the vintage composer. Keep that in your mind, guys. Keep that name in your mind. Very cool. Again, love the color on these. Very cool colors. Here is Cardinal Ray Langford. I can shout out Nerding Out with Cards because I know he's a huge Cardinal fan. So we'll shout out John. Oh, let me show you what the back looks like. So the fronts are horizontal. The backs are vertical. Kind of trippy. But it's still cool. Here is Ryan Sandberg. Shout out to my boy Jeff at a fine card collector. Very fine. Fine. Like wine, right? Very cool. I'm slowing this down like mud here. Darryl Strawberry on the Dodgers. Darryl Strawberry on the Dodgers. How about a Marquise Grissom? Really good player from the 90's. Very solid career. And there he is, Barry Bonds. Nate. That's all I'm going to say is Nate. Probably the best Barry Bonds collection, as far as I know, in the world. Maybe there's somebody with a better one, but man, Nate. Woo! Very cool. Carlos Baerga from the Cleveland Indians. So we'll shout out Warren D, and we'll shout out Reindeer Studios, Scott. Carlos Baerga was a solid player, man. He was a good player back in the day. How about a little Ken Griffey Jr.? Man, there's so many people I can shout out with this one. But I'll shout out Mike Sticks and Seams. He's a big Griffey collector. His name doesn't get tossed around too much. And how about Benito Santiago on the Marlins? Very cool. Dwight Gooden. We'll shout out Mookie Chilson for this one. Cal Ripken Jr. I know Big Scott 35 is a big Cal Ripken Jr. fan. And I'm probably missing somebody else, and I apologize if I missed you. Tony Gwynn. B.D. Kane, baby. Padres all-time great. Dave Holland. Shout out to my Philly boys. All of them. Dave Hollands. How about Andy Van Slyke? Pirates. We'll go with Scoots Collectibles. Big Pittsburgh fan. As well as John Mangini. Juan Gonzalez. I know Baseball Collector had a huge Juan Gonzalez PC, I believe. Right? Didn't you, Mike, you had a big Juan Gonzalez and Josh Hamilton collection, right? That's just the first thing that comes to my mind, so there we go. Raja on the Red Sox, and we'll go with Mr. Fisher Bike. Raja. Barry Larkin. Ooh. Barry Larkin, man. JY Sports guy. Reds. I'm trying them, man. That's a tough one. David Need from the Rockies. I'm drawing blanks on that one. Isn't there a David Need super collector out? I saw a David Need super collection somewhere. I don't think it's on YouTube. Maybe it is. Or maybe I saw it on Facebook, but I believe there's a David Need super collector out there. George Brett. Chris from Missouri. The great number 5. Travis Fryman. Detroit, Rock City, get up, Kirby Puckett. Come on, how can I not mention Dustin Abraham? Dustin Abraham, where are you? Frank Thomas. Oh boy, what can I say about Frank Thomas? The worst baseball player ever. Bum. Guys, it's April Fool's. Don't worry, I'm just joking. I know Bing Scott's a big White Sox guy. So is Stofe, man. Stofe, come on back. And there we go, baby. Card number 28. Card number 28 of number 23. Donnie Baseball. The Hitman, Don Mattingly. Yeah, baby. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Lou Rock. Shout out to Godlike Collectibles. All Brent Richards. Ricky Henderson. Look at that. The gallery. Gallery of Heroes. Awesome. I love it. Big Ricky guy there. Shout out to Goodman in 238th. Right? Again, another big Ricky Henderson fan as well. Psyched on. Collecting Tony. Huge A's fan. I think you're still an A's fan. I'm not sure. Nolan Ryan. 5714 Collector Jim and Brent Richards. And man, a lot of Nolan Ryan stuff going on lately. Very cool. Very cool. And there's Oz, the wizard. John, of course. John. Nerding out with cards. Some people got mentioned twice in this video. Wilfred Cordero. Got no one for you, Will. But I remember when he was coming up, he was pretty hot. He was kind of a big prospect. Phil Hyatt. There's a nice one. Mike Piazza, given a graph. That's a cool one. Very 90s. Very 90s looking. JT Snow. He saved Dusty Baker's son in the World Series. And from getting run over. Kevin Young rounds out the rest of that really cool set from Upper Deck. What else? There's more, guys. There's more. And of course, I take, what could be, an 12-minute video, and I stretch it out to painfully long video. Make it 20, 30 minutes. I won't show everything else in its fullness. But I got a really cool package today. Remember I said before, I was testing you guys. You remember who I said before to keep in mind? Mike Vintage Composer sent me a little envelope today. And I'm not going to show the address, but one of these envelopes, it was a surprise. Did not know it was coming. And he sent me a nice little note. And he sent me some really cool ephemera. Stuff from the Hall of Fame, stuff from Yogi Berra's museum, stuff I really totally dig. I love this kind of stuff. I love having this kind of stuff. So we'll show you what he sent me. Goes well with the type of stuff I collect. The first big piece here, he sent me this really cool All-Star calendar, 1990 baseball cards calendar. Man, if we could go back to 1990, huh, guys? And in here, we got some pictures, different years. You got 1955. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. 61. And what we got here, back here, we got some early 80s Fleer and Bowman, some JW, some, overproduction era cards. The great time in the hobby. When people, collected to collect. And some more of that. So this is very cool. Again, I love calendars. I love all this type of stuff. Fits very well into what I do. And then he also sent me some of these cool pamphlets from the Yogi Berra Museum. I'm actually thinking about joining the Yogi Berra Museum. It says student, senior, military veterans. No, I'm not a student. I'm not military, and I'm not a veteran. I think I can be considered a senior. I think I might be able to be considered a senior. If not, it's $50 a year. It'd be cool. Get a little pin. I can get into the Hall of Fame for free. I can get into the Babe Ruth Museum for free. But there's just, again, I just love this stuff. I think it's really cool. Just informational. There's Yog. Got this cool education programs pamphlet from the Charles J. Muth Museum of Hinchcliffe Stadium, Montclair State University. So there we go there. So Montclair State is in New Jersey. Got a little write-up on Larry Doby, right? Larry Doby. So this is cool stuff. I like this kind of stuff. I remember when I was a kid and we'd go on vacation, a family vacation. We'd go into hotels and they had those pamphlet-like displays. I'd grab like one of everyone. I loved them. I loved looking at them. I thought they were cool. Here's a cool one. Beanball Bourbon Whiskey. I guess, yeah, this is a Cooperstown distillery. I don't believe that was there the last time I went. And the last time I went was like 25 years ago because my son was he was an infant at the time. So, and he's 25. So this is, I don't know that this was there 25 years ago. Beanball, Bourbon Whiskey, Cooperstown Distillery. I know the Omegang Beer Brewery is there. And we did do that. That was really cool. But when I do make it back to Cooperstown, and I will definitely have to check out Beanball Distillery. I like the artwork. That would be a very cool piece to have hanging in a family room or something, or a card room or something, right? And then here's a save the date for June 8th of this year, 2026. We got former Yankee legends Willie Randolph and the Gator Ron Guidry for the Yogi Berra Museum Celebrity Golf Classic. So that's really cool. I totally dig this type of stuff. Totally dig it, man. Totally dig it. And this is a cool one. This is from it looks like it's the Hall of Fame Starting Nine. I guess it's a little guide. And this is the Yankees. And it's got, the things you can see from these different players from the Yankees. And what name on there does not belong with the others. I shouldn't get what it was still it was a great moment. Come on, please. But that's very cool. And then the back it explains what happened on that date, and just says a little bit about the player from something that happened on that date. So very, very cool. Mike also was kind enough to hook me up with a few cards for the PC. Sent me a bunch of different flyer cards, a couple of Yankees cards, very cool. Just some stuff, called binder fodder, right? We're gonna pump the binder up with these. Because my binder, speaking of that devil, my baby binder here, I got my Flyers binder right there, ready to go, guys. I just gotta find something for the spine. And just building it up, having fun with it. That's it. And we got Rod Brindamore, right? And we got a little... Oh, some Sean Kemp. Yeah, he sent me some Sean Kemp. The Rainmaker. I like Mr. Kemp a lot. I've told you that before. Some more Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Going too fast. Patrick Ewing. I started watching Patrick when he was on the Georgetown Hoyas back in the early 80s. And followed him all through his career. Patrick Ewing, another Patrick Ewing, another Patrick Ewing, and a couple in 2007 Yankees. I got Carl Pavano, who did not have a good showing for the Yankees when he was there, and Miguel Cairo, short-time Yankee, short-timer. And then we got a few more in this packet. If you like to look at cards, guys, and you like to hear me go on and on and on, I'm sorry. You've come to the right channel. How about a little pro set hockey? Keith Acton. Tough Acton, Tenacton for athletes' feet. Rick Tocchet. He was a good flyer. He had the Captain C on his chest. And then we have Kerry Huffman. Little action. Little action. Corey Foster. Get some more pro set. Dan Cordkey. I can't read. Cordy. Pat Murray. I remember Pat Murray. The Sutter brothers. And we got Camby Daniels. And we got, who's this? Kevin Dineen. He played for the Whalers too, I believe. Kevin Dineen did. And we got Dan Quinn on the 92 design. We got Corey Foster. Yep, I'm just checking the eyesight. And last but not least, we got Eric Lindros. And I think that was it from Mr. Mike at the Vintage Composer, the Vintage Composer. He's not A, he's the Vintage Composer. So thank you very much, sir. I got your address now. Got a little something for you. And then last but not least, pick these up off of Brian Roth. End of last week, I think. It was right, I think Friday. I may have pulled the trigger on a couple of cards. And they arrived today. And he was gracious enough to pad the cards with the most beautiful card set ever designed, ever in the annals of sports history, the 1991 Fleer baseball cards. Actually, guys, I do not hate this set. It's a train wreck set, you know, when you slow down to watch, and, you know, I don't hate the set. I don't. We've seen enough of it, yes, but it's one of those sets that's kind of ugly beautiful. The set I really don't like is the next year, the 92 Fleer. I really don't like it all. I think that's much worse. But the two cards I wanted to kind of highlight in this little pack of cards here, a little protection. I got a Kevin Bass and a Kevin Mass. So I got a Kevin Boss and a Kevin Moss, a potato, tomato. You choose. Shout out to my boy Keith in the lonely basement. All right, here we go. And then the two highlights of the order are these beautiful 1950, I have to look at these guys because I never can keep these straight in my head. 1951 Bowmans. Beautiful 1951 Bowmans. I got the Eddie Lopat. I'm going to shout out Vintage Sanctuary. Adam, he's a big Eddie Lopat guy. Up in the Sanctuary, up there in the Pacific Northwest. In the back of that, right there. Beautiful Eddie Lopat. And then last, but certainly not least, for my one franchise project, we've got amazing outfielder, Carl Furillo. And he's a Paisan. Can't go wrong with the Paisans, guys. Can't go wrong with the Paisans. So there we go. Great looking cards. Man, those 51 and 52 and 53 Bowmans are just gorgeous. I actually like the 50, 51, and 52s actually a little better than the 53s. The 53s are beautiful, but overall, I like those a little bit better. Yeah, that's it, guys. That is what I have for you. All right, we're a half hour later, and people are pulling their hair out. I'm going to go, and I'll see you on the next video. May the cardboard gods shine down upon each and every one of you. And I'll catch you on the next video. And thanks for sticking around. If you did, I appreciate it. And we're going to go out. We're going to go out with the first. The first Bobby Clark autograph in my PC. Right there, boys and girls. All right, guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.